Question 19a asks us to work out 7 to the power of minus 2. Basically, anything to the power of anything to the negative power is going to be a really small number, i.e. a fraction. Okay, so we've got a nice little rule we can employ for this one. You're going to turn this power into a positive power and use it on the bottom next to the base of 7, base number 7. 7 squared is what it becomes, and then you put a 1 on the top of the fraction. It's always going to be that. So you're going to have 1 over 7 squared, and you know what 7 squared is. You know it's 49, so you're going to put 1 over 49. That's it. That's why it's only 1 mark. All right, part B, you've got to use the numbers from the box to complete the statements. Now, this is new to Foundation. In fact, it's new to the GCSE specification entirely. This is your exact trig values. And to work these out, to know what these are, tan 45, without your calculator, because obviously this is a non-calculator paper, you need to have a couple of tricks up your sleeve. Now, one of them could be that finger trick. All right, some people have told us about this remembering it on your fingers way of doing it. My favorite is using these triangles. All right, so you've got your 2 by 2 by 2 equilateral triangle. So 2 by 2 by 2, and then that's cut in half. All right, so now we ignore one part of that. All right, now we know if it's cut in half, that measurement there is 1 unit. This diagonal is 2 units. And to work out this third unit, we would have to use Pythagoras. All right, so remember this is an equilateral triangle, 2 by 2 by 2, equilateral cut in half. All right, so 2 squared minus 1 squared would be what we need to do, and that is 4 minus 1 equals 3. So 2 squared minus 1 squared equals 3. So square root answer, square root of 3 is what this length here is. Okay, that might be a little bit tricky for you to understand, but you know, you practice it enough, you're gonna, or you can just remember that that is root 3 for your triangle, then that's absolutely fine. Okay, now this is a right angle triangle here. Here's our right angle. All right, this angle would be 60 because it's a equilateral triangle and all the angles are 60. If you cut an equilateral triangle in half, this angle then is 30 degrees. That's what this angle here is. So we can get the values for any one of those. So you can get tan, cos, sin, 90, 60, 30. You can get any of those values from this triangle using trigonometry, right angle triangle. Okay, and we want tan 45. So that's not useful for that particular question, but it's useful for the second part because you can get cos 30. So cos 30, so 30 is at the top, so opposite is the 1 for our value that we're looking for. Opposite, and the hypotenuse is 2, and the adjacent is root 3. Okay, and I've just gone through some scribble there and it looks a bit messy, right? But opposite is 1, hypotenuse is 2, adjacent is root 3, because we've got a right angle triangle here. This is the angle we're interested in because we're trying to find cos 30. So cos 30 is CAH, part of SOHCAHTOA that we're interested in, and we want to do adjacent over hypotenuse. That's what that's telling us. If we remember our trig triangles, we've got K in our triangle here, and cos 30, cos of the angle, is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So root 3 over 2. So root 3 over 2 is here. That's the one we're going to choose for our answer. It's all quite complicated and it's a bit harsh. You're only getting 1 mark for it, but at the same time, it's quite nice you're only getting 1 mark for it because you're probably going to lose that mark. No offense. It's tough. Okay, and then 45 degrees. We can use a different triangle. We've got the 1 by 1 isosceles, right angled isosceles. So the right angle is at the top. You got your 45 degrees here. Okay, and to work out what this hypotenuse length is here, you do 1 squared plus 1 squared. So 1 squared plus 1 squared, and square root your answer is going to be root 2 along the bottom. Again, you could remember those values. And to work out what tan 45 is, you need to label the sides of your triangle. So again, this is our hypotenuse, and we've got opposite and adjacent are opposite. Doesn't really matter because they're exactly the same. All right, and to work out tan, we need to think about the TOA bit of the acronym, TOA. Okay, T and O and A, they go there, and we've got opposite at the top, and divide that by adjacent, 1 over 1, which is 1 divided by 1. So 1 is the answer to that question. I can see many people not really understanding, even though I've gone through this, but it's all about these two triangles. You've got your 2 by 2 by 2 equilateral cut in half, and you've got your 1 by 1 right angled isosceles triangle. And if you remember those things, you can work any of these trig values out. All right. Is it worth learning for 2 marks? Probably not, but you could, if you're in a good place already, then make sure you learn them.